On today's episode, we are talking about why you shouldn't make a vision board. And this is, kind of controversial, especially for me, because I'm someone who's very into vision boards to the point where when I posted a video about this, Jess's husband sent her a screenshot and said, I thought you guys were all about vision boards because we are. We love vision boards. We've made them with our teams, we make our own vision boards all the time. But this episode is kind of a different perspective on vision boards and something that may be a more helpful tool for you.
Yes. So, how this came about is we were on our group coaching call with our Monetize the Mic mastermind. And I was just sharing that some people are more futuristic and more visionary and are like always making vision boards. Like Margie is like casting the future. That's why she's CEO. She's like, looking to the future, casting the vision. And there's other people like myself that are more implementers and really focused on like the process and the details and the day to day. So I was sharing that I have to really be intentional about making vision boards because it's not something that just comes naturally to me. Cut to Margie having a huge breakthrough moment.
Yes. And we love working with our group coaching clients. And there are so many amazing breakthroughs that come out of that group. And this was one of them. So Jess is sharing about this and sharing how, as an implementer, it's so helpful to have that reminder to look at the future because you're so in it in the day to day. And as she was talking about that, I was like, I'm so future focused. I feel like I don't need a vision board. So we pivoted the training on the spot. And I started talking about presence boards, which is something that I just made up in that moment. But this idea that for people who are really, really future focused already, what you need might not be another vision board of the future. It may be a board or some type of visual representation of everything you have now that you love and that you're grateful for. And some people may say, "Oh, my Instagram is already that." Good for you. But if it's not as intentional, I really do believe that creating a board is helpful to remember all the things that you've accomplished this year, everything that you have in your life, whether it's your home, your family, your pets. We do have that on Instagram. We do have that around, but having it in a focused place that's not on Instagram. So it's not distracting and sucking you in while you're working, but it's something that you have that you can just keep looking at. I think that could be really helpful for some people. And I'm not saying that vision boards aren't helpful, but I do think it's important to look at, first of all, what type of entrepreneur are you? Are you really in the weeds and implementing and you need to look at the future? Or are you someone like me who is so futuristic that a more grounding exercise like a presence board is actually going to be more beneficial? It also depends what season you're in. So you're not always the same, right? There may be times when you're doing a lot of looking forward and high level strategy and vision, and you realize, wow, I need some grounding. I need a presence board. And then the opposite, you may be super visionary, but going through a phase in life and business where you're really focused on where you're at. And then a vision board would be helpful.
Yep, I love it. It was so great to see because yeah, vision boards are so well known and there's a lot of people that talk about the importance of them. But then yeah, when Margie's like a presence board, it was just like, oh my God, that's so brilliant, because it is important to focus on where you're at in the moment, what you have, what you're grateful for. And yeah, and also to focus on the future. It's not either or. And it's just reminds me so much of our episode that we did probably a year ago about implementers and visionaries. Like you truly do need both. You can't just be focusing on the now, you also have to be visionary, but and vice versa. So I love this, and I hope this. I would be curious to know for our listeners: do you feel like you need a presence board or a vision board? Where do you feel like you're naturally focused more often, and where do you think you need to be a little bit more intentional? Send us an email and let us know. Our email is support@interviewconnections.com, and just say, just listen to your episode about presence boards and I think I need to make one. Or I just listened to your episode and I'm going to make a vision board. I'm already focused on what I'm doing right now. So we'd love to just hear what you got out of this conversation. This is a simple concept, but was such a big breakthrough. And I'm just really excited to hear if it really resonates with you.
Yeah, and making a presence board is such an amazing experience because if you are a lifelong vision board maker like me, realizing that your presence board is your vision board from a few years ago is kind of
Ooh.
mind-blowing.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah,
so good.
and in closing, I just want to say that we do sessions with our group coaching program focused on stuff like this, vision board, presence boards, journaling prompts because I think when you're really in the tactics and strategies and those hard business skills which are super important, it can feel a little fluffy to come back to what is your vision, to come back to these kind of more introspective questions of like, where am I going? What do I want? But those moments are so important. And we used to get those moments from traveling, right? Like going to see our mastermind group, going to events with other 7 and 8 figure women. And we haven't for a while because of COVID. So I think a lot of people are probably in the same boat. So if you're not getting that space from your business, that time to really just think about what do I want? Where am I going? What's my vision? It feels like something you don't have time for sometimes or something that's fluffy, but it's really not fluffy. It's so powerful. So I would encourage you to carve out the time in your calendar, even if you're really busy, to either make a vision board or a presence board. And another thing we did in that session with our clients is have them write out, I know I'm successful when. So success is such a moving target. So that's another, it can take you honestly just a couple of minutes. You can bullet point it out. You don't have to write in complete sentences, but take your time, especially with 2021 coming to a close and us looking at a new, fresh, hopefully great year ahead. Give yourself that time because your business will benefit and so will you personally.
All right, awesome. So be sure to email us. Let us know what you got out of this. Do you need a presence board? Are you going to make one? If you'd like to share it with us, snap a pic, email it over. Would love to see it. Support@interviewconnections.com is how you can get in touch with us. Thanks for listening.